The great rabbi in Prague, the Kli Yakar, during the 1600s, finds an inconsistency between a couple psukim in our parsha, and then comes out with a one-line axiom that we can live our life by. So the frogs are infesting Egypt. The frogs are told, Pasuk tells us, are in Uvachadar, that they come into the people's homes, they come into their rooms, they come into the Mishkan Echa, they come into their beds, you know the song, and they come into their houses and their beds and the tanurim, and they go into the ovens. These frogs are everywhere. But the Pasuk, when it's describing in verse 8, when they left, where they left from, does not tell us that the frogs left the ovens. It only says that they left the homes and they left the... What do you mean? What happened to the frogs in the oven? Did those frogs not leave? Says the Kli Yakar. In fact, this is to teach us a life lesson. I can imagine that maybe it's elementary, rudimentary, but there were frogs talking, and it was mom frog and little kid frog, and they were saying, hey, God said we should jump into the ovens and we should go infest the Egyptians. And they were like, no, mommy, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But then they said, no, they have to, and they jumped into the ovens, and they said, wait, we're going to die, and it's going to turn on. I don't know. But those frogs, says the Kli Yakar, actually were the ones that lived. For after the plague was over, all of the frogs died on spot. Rashi tells us they didn't leave. They continued to be a gross, smelly problem for the Egyptians. But the frogs that were in the oven continued to live. Here comes the line. Says the Kli Yakar, Shahamoiser nafshala kiddush Hashem, somebody who gives up their life for the sake of a glorification of God, Yinotzel will live. He will be saved. The frogs, that is the reason why the Pasuk doesn't tell us that the ones that were inside of the oven left. They didn't die because they continued to endure. They opened the oven, the frogs jumped right out and continued to live. A person never loses out by doing the right thing. Nachamal again. A person never loses out by doing the right thing. You might not immediately see it, but it is impossible to lose out when you are doing the right thing.